We live in a rush, always in a hurry. We want answers, solutions, everything right now. But life isn't in a hurry. God isn't in a hurry. And maybe that's one of the hardest lessons to accept. Waiting unsettles us. It challenges us. It feels like we're always chasing something, trying to fast forward a story that's still being written. It's strange how uncomfortable it is not knowing what's next. The unknown scares us, as if not having all the pieces of the puzzle somehow keeps us from living fully in the present. But what if, instead of fearing it, we learn to trust? What if the waiting wasn't an empty space, but a time of preparation? The truth is, patience isn't just about enduring time. It's about learning from it. It's about understanding that some things only make sense later, when we look back and realize everything happened exactly when it was supposed to. I remember a conversation I had with a friend who was going through a tough season. He had lost his job, and like anyone would, he felt insecure, frustrated, anxious for answers. He wanted a solution, immediately. But life was silent. No job offers, no clear opportunities on the horizon. And life's silence can be terrifying, because we've been taught that we have to be in control all the time. But do we really? Or maybe the answer we're looking for isn't in something new, but in seeing what's already there, right in front of us. That friend, months later, ended up finding an opportunity far better than the job he had lost. But if he had gotten another job right away, he might never have opened himself up to something bigger. The waiting changed him. It forced him to look inward, to question what he truly wanted. And in the end, the silence that once felt unbearable turned out to be the very thing that saved him. How many times has this happened to you? Situations that seemed impossible, but somehow in the end worked out in unexpected ways. We don't like to admit it, but God sees what we can't yet see, and sometimes He holds us in the present because He knows we're not ready yet for what we're asking for. Have you ever tried to open a fruit before it was ripe? A mango, a guava? If you try to eat it too soon, it doesn't taste right. But if you wait, if you have patience, the flavor is completely different. Life has its own time to ripen, and so do we. Maybe today you're feeling restless. Maybe you're trying to understand why certain things haven't happened yet. A dream, a project, a love that hasn't arrived. I get it. Waiting hurts. But what if, instead of fighting the wait, you started noticing what the waiting is trying to teach you? We have this habit of wanting to control everything. We plan every little detail as if life were a script we just need to follow perfectly. But if you really pay attention, life never sticks to the script we write. And maybe that's the beauty of it. How many times have you felt frustrated because things didn't go the way you wanted? A plan that fell apart, an opportunity that never came, a path that seemed so right, only to suddenly close. But then, months or years later, you look back and realize what felt like an obstacle was actually a detour leading you to something much greater. God has a very unique way of working. He doesn't hand us all the answers at once, because if we knew everything ahead of time, we might be too scared to even start. If we saw every difficulty we'd face, we might give up before the journey even began. Have you ever noticed how, when you're driving at night, the headlights don't light up the whole road? They only show a few feet ahead, just enough to keep going. Life is exactly like that. God may not give you the full map, but He always gives you just enough light for the next step. Impatience makes us think we need to see everything all at once. But the truth is, we're not always ready for that. Waiting, as uncomfortable as it may feel, is actually a form of protection. Have you ever insisted on getting something you wanted so badly, only to realize once you had it that it wasn't everything you imagined? Sometimes our desires aren't mature enough. We ask for things we're not truly ready to receive. And God, who sees us more clearly than we see ourselves, gives us time. But time is hard to accept, because it demands trust. And trust deep down means surrendering. It means accepting that we're not in control of everything, that we don't need all the answers to keep moving forward. The truth is, life isn't working against you. It's shaping you, preparing you. You're not stuck. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, something inside you is changing. Have you noticed that a tree doesn't grow overnight? You plant the seed, and for a long time it seems like nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, the roots are spreading, getting stronger. It's invisible to the eye, but it's essential, so that when the tree finally grows, it's strong enough to withstand the storms. Now let me ask you, could it be that the silence in your life right now is the time when your roots are growing deeper? You may not see it yet, but the transformation has already begun. We live with this urgency to solve everything, to know exactly where we're going, to make sure every step is right. But does life really work that way? Or is it possible that our need for control blinds us to what's actually happening right now? What makes waiting so hard isn't just the uncertainty. It's the fear that nothing is happening at all. As if each day were just another blank page, with no progress, no meaning. But what if I told you your waiting is not wasted time? Life has its own rhythm. Not everything that takes time is delayed. Not everything that comes quickly is a blessing. Some things take time because they need to mature within us, before they can manifest around us. Have you ever stopped to think that sometimes the answer you're looking for isn't hidden in the future, but already inside you, just waiting to be recognized? Impatience makes us chase after answers as if they were something outside of us. But what if, instead of running, you simply stopped? What if you gave yourself the time you need to absorb what's already within your reach? We want to understand everything, solve everything, plan every little detail. But some answers only make sense when we allow ourselves to live them. You don't need to know exactly how everything will unfold in order to keep moving forward. Look at nature. The moon doesn't rush its phases. The sun doesn't rise earlier. Just because someone wishes for the day to begin sooner, there's a right time for everything, and inside of you, there's also a right time for every answer to arrive. But patience isn't passivity. It doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for life to hand you everything. Patience is an act of trust. It's doing what you can today, while believing that what needs to happen will come at the right time. That's why so many people get lost in the rush. They think patience means giving up, when in truth it's one of the greatest acts of courage we can have. So often when we can't see the path ahead, the best thing we can do is strengthen who we are. Build our faith, our character, our ability to handle life with more grace, because when the answer comes, we need to be ready to receive it. Have you ever gone through something that, at the time, felt like the end of the world, but now looking back you realize it made you stronger? Then why would it be any different this time? What you're living through today might be the very process that will make you stronger for what's ahead. The pain you're feeling now could be building the strength you'll need later. The waiting you're enduring today might be shaping you for something far greater than you ever imagined. But if we resist the process, if we try to rush something that's not ready yet, we risk losing ourselves along the way. How many times have we gotten frustrated wanting something to happen right away, not realizing that impatience can make us settle for anything? A relationship that isn't healthy, a job that doesn't fulfill us, a decision we deep down know isn't right, but we move forward anyway, because we're desperate for an answer, any answer, and later we realize it wasn't meant for us, that maybe if we had waited just a little longer, something better would have come. That's what patience teaches us. To trust that life knows what it's doing, to understand that while you're doing your part, what's meant for you is already being prepared. So maybe the right question isn't, when will it happen, but rather, who am I becoming while I wait? Because in the end, what matters most isn't just finding the answers, it's becoming someone ready to receive them. And that, my friend, takes time, warm hugs, and may God be with you.